Hey everybody, it's Brian from FansRaise. I wanted to put together a quick video because this is an important week and I want to tell you about it. We've got a little bit of a corporate milestone I wanted to share. So it was a year ago this week, I believe it was a year ago tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that the initial lightning struck, the light bulb went off over my head to start the company. And I've told the story a couple times. Basically, FansRaise grew out of a fairly long job search where I was really trying to find a good fit. I'd been downsized out of a software company, and I was, what do I want to do now? And really, at the support and urging of my wife and my family, decided to take the leap. And we're all so happy we did. So, where are we? We are 1 year in. We've been live now for first weekend in May coming out. We've been live for about 5 months. And when I say live, I mean available for anyone to stop by on, Google us up and land on the site and set up an account, set up an org, set up a campaign. So that's all been around for about 5 months. And we did our external testing back in the spring. We've really been about 3 to 6 months ahead of the curve where we probably should have been. And largely we did that at the urging of Aftermath Percussion, our friends up in the Lehigh Valley area, Pennsylvania. They're an independent WGI and MAPS percussion ensemble. Great group of people. We owe them so much. They needed money to go to Dayton. They wanted to put together a crowdfunding campaign to underwrite and subsidize going to World Championships in Dayton, Ohio. We had to jump through a lot of flaming hoops that were on fire to be able to pull that off. And frankly, their patience, their workability, their flexibility was incredible. So I want to thank Rick Waffle, who's the executive director and CEO of Aftermath, for his help and support. So thank you, Rick. And also I want to thank Genesis Drum and Bugle Corps, our friends in Austin, Texas, world-class Drum Corps International, performing drum corps. They also wanted to create a crowdfunding campaign that was a little different and a little unique. But it also represented something that was incredibly important to them to be successful this summer, which was their mobile kitchen. So if you don't know drum corps, when they go on the road, they pull a kitchen or drive a kitchen trailer or truck with them. In some cases, it's a converted tractor trailer. In Genesis's case, it's a big tow-behind trailer that has everything a commercial kitchen would need, including ventilation and refrigeration and stuff. It's wild. So they were refitting a unit and basically customizing it from scratch. And it was something that had to get done. And that's a big piece. If they don't have that, they don't go on the road and tour. And then 190 kids can't eat. So the group got behind it, especially the student leaders, the drum majors, the section leaders and captains just did a tremendous job really impressing the campaign out through the membership and getting every kid, every member, all pulling the oars the same way. So thank you guys. So we are about 1 year in corporately to the FansRaise experience, and it sounds like a rock group. So the FansRaise experience, what have we learned? And I want to just throw 3 things out that I think are pretty significant aha moments, if you will. Number 1, I think crowdfunding, regardless of what it's for, regardless of what the goal or the target is or who's doing it, if it's somebody crowdfunding for their medical expenses or their dog's root canal or maybe disaster relief, help my program, help my rock band do a demo, like whatever it may happen to be. I think social media is good and certainly plays a part in the success of a campaign, but nowhere near to the extent that email does. Email is where it's at. Email is a one-to-one communication connection, and you can contextualize it, you can make it specific, you can make it personalized, and you can track it. And those are things that you just really cannot do with a high degree of success in social media. So we use both, and we can point to data that shows that the email works so much better. Mind blowing, okay? So that's number one. Number two, every campaign works. That's pretty much number two. Every single campaign works. Every time a campaign launches, the bell rings. WePay sends us email updates in terms of people are donating. And it doesn't matter if the campaign is completely polished with professional pictures and a pre-produced video, and like those things are nice. At the end of the day, I don't know how much it really matters, because all I know is that when the list is put together and the email requests are built and they're contextualized as if it's coming from the student or the member, people react, people connect, people donate, and that bell rings a lot. So that's, I think that really goes back to how strong email is. So that's number two. Number one, we talked about email over social. Number two, we talked about every campaign works. Number three, general campaigns versus specific campaigns. And when we started this, I was of the opinion that in a perfect campaign, a perfect world, it needed to be ultra specific. You had to be able to line out, here's what your donation is going to go for, this is what it's for, this is how much, and all of that. And we're finding that the specific campaigns work really well. We're also finding that general campaigns work really well. And they work well for different reasons. So I think the general campaigns that are fund my program, help us buy equipment. You know, we're not listing out exactly what that equipment is, or is it guard, is it drums, is it brass, is it, you know, woodwinds, whatever. It's, you know, the reason it works, more importantly, is that it involves the greatest percentage of your members and consequently the greatest number of potential donors. So when we email actively to that donor list, there's going to be more activity and more availability there. Now, on the other hand, over here, you have these very ultra niche, uber specific types of campaigns. Those work really well too. They may not have the rapid rise that some of the general campaigns do, but I think people connect to these, and I think that let's say a band really needs to buy $40,000 worth of percussion equipment. I think that at the end of the day, you know, you're going to be able to find support, but maybe in some different ways in different places. So both of these campaigns are really working well, and we've got examples of both types on our website. So feel free to poke around in some of our active campaigns. So those are the three. Where we're headed from here. We are continuing to grow. We have got, I think in a previous video update I may have mentioned, we've got 8 active campaigns here as we close out the month of September. We have 2 already built this month that are going to run next month. We've probably got 5 or 6 more that are on deck ready to be built, and we've got more people that are inquiring every day. So that word of mouth, that sharing, that act of taking this Facebook post that you're probably reading this on and then tagging a band director or a band booster that you may know in them, that type of viral sharing behavior is so important to us, because at the end of the day, we have actually spent shockingly small amount of dollars on paid promotion, whether it's Facebook or AdWords or event sponsorships, things like that. So we've been a bootstrap type of startup doing this on a shoestring, and if you're familiar with our fees, we're not making a lot of money on each band. That's something that we wanted to build this business based on scale. So having 50 bands, 50 organizations running campaigns with FansRaise, that would be great. But where we really start to be successful is if we have 500. So we don't really need to make a lot of margin on each individual campaign that comes in. And I think that's one of the reasons that we are growing, and it is working. So thank you very much. If you have questions, inquiries, varying levels of interest, if you want to email me and yell at me, or have a funny joke, or anything you want to share, please go ahead and send it in to us. We're here to help. We want to help your programs grow. It's very important to us that that be the case. So, oh, my screen just blanked. There we go. I'm back. If there's anything I can do personally to help your programs grow or develop, if you just want to pull up on a quick phone call to talk about a campaign you might have banging around in the back of your mind, but you're not sure what to do with it, let's talk. So that's it. We will see you this time next year. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.